What is going on, guys? It's the One Round Ryko. Today we are here with a review that I put off a little bit just because when I got it, my setup wasn't where I wanted it to be so I could record it properly. But we are here. I have his enemy as well, waiting just out frame, which I will review very soon too. But finally, I waited so long for this one. I got it off pre-order. And like I said, I've had it sitting for a bit. It's just been chilling out of the frame a lot of my recent videos because I just hadn't had a chance to really... I wanted to give this my best shot with the best setup I could have at the moment. And I think I have that for the time being until I can put my other desk together and what have you and organize the other side of the room. Yes, today we are here with the Metal Robot Spirits Wing Gundam Zero. If you've watched my channel for a bit, you know that I love the Metal Robot Spirits line. I have two of them I've done on the channel so far. They're not real known Gundams. I think they're just for the line itself. You can see one of them, his red wings right here being the Liu Bei Gundam. And then behind here we have Versal Knight Gundam behind Wing Zero's box. But you can't beat the Mac Daddy, the Gundam Wing Zero. Wing Gundam Zero, because it's not Gundam Wing. Gundam Wing is the show. Wing Gundam is the robot, the suit. I'm gonna say it backwards for the whole video just because Wing Gundam Zero, Wing Gundam Wing. It's just like how they like to name Gaia the Dragon Champion cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! It's Gaia the Dragon Knight Champion Knight Dragons of Night Curse of Dragons. Nonsense. But I spent like almost half an hour just fiddling with this thing because there's so much going on in such a well put together figure. There's still much more I could probably fiddle with, but I'm over here sweating because I just want to talk about it because I'm over here smiling. Obviously, Gundam Wing is that show. That was the big one that really brought Gundam / mechs and otherwise to America. It may not have been the greatest show. Looking back on it, it's alright. It's a little wacky, but come on, it's an early, late 90s, early 2000s anime. You get what you get, you know, in the same vein of like it was there with Dragon Ball, all the other stuff, Dragon Ball Z specifically, that on Toonami that really blew up. And I mean, just look at the thing, the reds, the blues. This is a Gundam if I've ever seen one. He's not Grandpa Gundam. He didn't start it all, but damn, he's left his mark as the Gundam, if you will. I got a lot of other favorites myself, but always go back to Wing. So as you can see, I kind of haven't put. I was trying to mimic the pose on the box. I really like how that looks. Even though I guess I should fold these ones up more like that to kind of match that pose. See, so I'll take him off the stand here in a second. Also, he comes with a really nice stand, which I'm going to cover right here. I'll show the little red design that says Gundam Wing on it, or Wing Gundam Zero. I'm sorry, I'm going to keep saying it wrong. My only issue with this so far is the stand itself. I get what they're going for. I know it's kind of lopsided camera, but right here you see he's kind of wiggly. I don't like that. You can pose him and get away with it, and he won't like really fall as long as you're secure about it. But even on the one thing they put in English on here is tumble warning. And I think it's so the piece doesn't just get stuck in the bottom and you're stuck with it being there. I guess that's why, and that makes sense. But I wish it's a little bit more secure because like, I feel like if I wiggle too hard, he has weight. He's made of metal, obviously, so he's got weight. I don't want him to tumble, but like even then, like kind of the wiggle now, it does hold pretty well. It's just be wary of that if you aren't familiar with that already. It gets me a little nervous, but I'm not going to be sitting here shaking the thing around, and I don't live in a part of the world that has earthquakes, usually, as far as I know. Knock on wood. So anyway, I'm going to go over the box real quick because I love the designs they do on these boxes. They have a nice just shot of Wing Gundam here. Nice face there. And it's a pretty accurate... I'm pretty sure this is actually just a render of the figure itself, which I really like. It continues on to the side here. Nice gold inlays of the thing. Here's just straight up just product shot on the other side. And here we just have the rundown of everything. Obviously, I don't speak Japanese, so I don't know what like any of this says other than Wing Gundam Zero and transformation and gimmick and metal and coloring. So I don't know what any of that says, but you can go ahead and pause it, read it if you want. I'm pretty sure it's pretty straightforward. This is probably just like a little bio of the suit itself. Then you can see the little gimmicks involved that I'll go over a bit more, the range it can do, and of course the coloring. You can see I believe the red parts are all the metal parts, if you will, and what have you. And just the dynamic poses and what have you can do with this particular suit. So, box aside. Also, it's a blue box. I really like that because blue is my favorite color. So let's bring in the guy. And just looking off aesthetics alone, I know he's kind of in your face because of how he is. It looks great. The joints, which I'll run over, feel great. It has a nice heft to it. Like, you can see he kind of balances himself on the stand pretty well because of how heavy he is. He's got weight. I feel like if I drop it, he's going to thud. I'm not going to drop it because I'm not an insane person. But I will lay him back a bit. Thankfully, his wings aren't the most delicate part of him. I'll show off this real quick. See, Wing Gundam Zero has his little insignia. Colonial Liberation Organization. And just a nice, got the Zero system, of course, because that's what it uses. And this is easily put together. It just comes with this part, and this part comes separately. It's in the box. And then there's another extra part, which I'll get into when I get there. Overall, it's a nice solid plastic, very similar to the ones we've gotten before, and it has like 3 other spots, or if you want to put a different sort of like stand in there or what have you, you can do that. Like a little, the arms, I think they have the arms you can get, and as you can see, he's got his twin buster rifle. You can separate those and then hold them in either hand. I'm gonna have him just stand for me. Woo! Well, that's good. He pops out like that, and he pop right back in. There we go. So, yeah. You can break this thing, but it's not the most easy. I think I'm just doing it wrong. I think that's the limitation of his kind of... He doesn't have much in the waist. So there's that articulation right then and there. I'm going to lay him down right now and take the guns out. And these are very neat. They packaged them kind of cool. So they fold up like that. Let's see if I can... I'm going to put the box back up here. So they fold up nice and neat. These kind of slide as well. But when you move the things out, which just fold out, they push these forward, which is neat. Of course, they separate. They have these little tabs on the inside that you can just fold down. And now they're fine to use in either hand if you wish. I've always just liked having them together. It's just fun. And obviously, I love imitating that pose where he's got both pointed out and goes, yeah. You know, I think that's more iconic to Wing Zero Custom, or Endless Waltz Wing Zero. But, whatever. And you can just see if you can look, you can just see how much just detail overall. The color, the paints are really, I haven't noticed really many paint issues. Really any paint issues. There you go, speak. Oh! His hand fell off. But yeah, that shows off the hand a bit. It's obviously just a little ball peg. Wiggles around. These pop off pretty easily and pop on pretty easily as well. Another issue I have, which isn't necessarily the figure itself, it's probably just more of me being an idiot. He's very angular, and I always feel like there's not a good place for me to hold on to him when I'm sticking any part to him. So that's just my worry, because I don't want to hurt nothing, because he's just such a beautiful suit. Just gorgeous looking, and he can stand pretty well on his own, but just because of his weight and the namesake of the figure, of the suit, wings, they kind of make him a little bit top heavy, so you kind of have to be worrisome about that. But pardon me, that's why he has the stand here, which is adjustable. There's different ways you can adjust it. The arms are real nice, you can bend up. Thankfully, there's a lot of range here. If I lift up the camera, there's a lot of range here. The shoulder pads really get out of the way if you need them to. And you can look inside as well. He's got these little boosters that are... You can move them around a little bit, and they can store away when you transform him into bird mode. And one of the first little surprises here is if you pop this little tab here, boom, there is one of your beam sabers. So it comes with 2 beam sabers with the green translucent saber itself that just slots right into there. But also, you can store them in his shoulder pads here, and you can just wiggle this little part out. Ta-da. It just pops right out. And you can slot it in there and have him pull it out like in the show, or just hold it normally. I'm probably going to put those in there just so they're not lost anywhere at all. And they're pretty secure in there. It's a little fidgety to get in because it's such a tight space to get into. That's what she said. With your saber, with your beam hilt there. But once you get it in there, it's nice and secure. It's not going anywhere. I'm also going to pop this off to show individually. Of course, the shield. That does not want to come off. I'm leaning him back for a second. Just break it already. Looks really nice. Nice detail on the paint. I love the gold and the green. The green actually just straight translucent plastic from what I gather, including the chest and right here in the cockpit type deal, because I'm pretty sure that becomes the cockpit when it's in bird mode. These little tabs fold out. I believe that's also for bird mode. You can see here it's got a little bit of a swivel in there, a little wiggliness you can do when it's on the arm. And then if you wiggle this out, it extends a bit, which I think is just super neat. It kind of looks kind of cute, like a little bird. But I don't remember the functionality of that in this show. It's been so long since I've watched Wing Zero. Or just Wing, I guess. But it can do that. As I drop it again, you can do that, which is neat. And it just slots back in pretty easily. Another little gimmick here. These little tabs on the chest. I believe they go down, I believe. Oh. There you go. See, you can see trying to swing it. You can see those little panels in there. It's kind of hard to see at this angle, but they fold down. You can see the little panels. I forget what those are for. I don't think they're like bombs or anything, but they're pretty. I would suggest also with this, I forget what the little a spudgel, whatever those are called, to help kind of pry some things open, because things are kind of tight. And again, I'm very nervous about his head. It looks, you can really get him to look around really well, and the face looks really, really nice. Honestly, really good. The greens really pop. I like that. But of course, he's got all these pointy bits that are very delicate that I hate trying to work around because they're always in the way. But if I move his arm down, does it fall from the back? No, it's from the front. It is from the front. Man, let me check that. This is one of the ones I have to keep going back to the instructions because there's just so much to it. I'm trying to see how they pop open. Oh, okay, so they spin, I think. So it says it goes forward. Yep, there we go. There we go. Spin, spin. Ta-da! You got a Gatling gun. Look at that. It's so cute. And then it just rolls back into himself, which, like, if you didn't know, you would never know. But now you know, so you know, right? It's so cool how it's so integrated well. Same thing with the skirt. As I was messing with it, I was most of these are like the Gundam Universe figures and other Gundams I mess with. I'm always worried that I'm going to pop the skirt pieces off or break them. These ones really feel like they can get out of the way more than enough that you can pose the legs and get him out. Like, I don't think you can get like a full 90 degrees, but this suit doesn't really need to do that. And you can get up pretty high too. You can kick back. I think you can kick back a little. Nah, the butt skirt boxer. The leg movement is pretty decent for what it is and what it's allowed to do. It's not super crazy. And then going into like, you can rock here and swivel around. Thankfully, due to transformation, you can wiggle them around. I'm not going to show the bird transformation here. It'll take too long. I know I can do a jump cut or what have you, but that would take too long for myself. I'm not going to show it. I'm never going to pose it like that anyway, but you can do it. It's fairly simple. I'll show a couple of the steps so you see how you do it. But head, you can actually look up pretty decently too, and you can really get around with it, which I like about that. The heads, you want to get that dynamic like look down. It's just such a menacing looking face. Then we'll swing to the back here. We got the wings. You can keep them in their the closed form and really wiggle them around. Nice hinge there. Out this way. And they fold open. And then also have like another hinge on top of that so they can break away a bit from this middle piece here, which does have a little booster that is... This guy's just awkward for my setup. But so you can see it wiggles around a bit. So you can pose that as well. I'm going to go ahead and close these just so they're out of the way. But turn around to the back of the back of the figure doesn't lose really anything either. It looks nice. The wings are nicely colored. There's a big ass fly in my face. Sorry about that. Folds really nicely. Everything is nice and not stiff but firm, because they'll move them, but they're not just gonna move on their own, if you will. Real nice articulation. Everything feels nice to move. The gunmetal gray on here mixed with the blues and the reds look really, really nice. Stand him straight up again. You can, the shoulders, I don't think you can do a whole like cross arm very well. Yeah, a lot of robot figures just can't do the cross arm unless they come with a part that does it. But you can kind of make it work. As I pop off his hand again. The hand's just gonna stay down. He's gonna be Wing Gundam no hand mode. He's so awkwardly big for my camera here. Turns real nice. And for the accessories, you actually get loaded up pretty well. I've already shown parts of them. The wings are actually attached in the box, so I don't think they're actually considered a accessory like some other ones, like Mr. Freedom Gundam back here. I'm pretty sure his wings were considered an accessory. But you get the, of course, main weapon, the twin buster rifles. I'm going to lay him down, just because he wants to be wiggly. The shield, of course. The beam sabers, which I showed off. And you get a nice set of hands, too. You get closed fist ones, which come in the box, left and right. You have these open splayed hands, left and right as well. Kind of like just an open palm hand. You get the gripping hands. That's a fist. That's his other fist. Have the gripping hand for the gun. So the trigger finger hand, as well as just a beam saber hand, so a regular open holding hand. So you get all the hands you really need, and if I remember correctly, Epyon comes with an extra hand for Wing, so they can do their like clash hand-holdy thing from the show. I think it's in the intro. And then, I don't have a name for this piece, but it's for bird mode. It attaches to the stand here and adds extra support, so when you put it into bird mode, which I'll show the how the adapter piece goes here, is this thing. It connects to the bottom of it and slots onto the thing itself, which is nice. Which that's very convenient. I wouldn't have thought about that, but now that I have it, it makes sense, because of him laying this way, it's going to be a bit more weighty. But as you saw, you can fold these all the way up. So I believe you do that, and then you fold that up, and they come down. Fold these up. I might actually, if I'm not stupid enough to get the transformation wrong, I might just show it, because it spins around, which is kind of tough. I might actually want to just pop them off for that. Yeah, I have not done the transformation enough times to waste your time with that. But it's pretty straightforward. You close the feet up. These open up and you fold them inward. And can I get him to turn around? There we go. Oh, he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to. There we go. And now he's broken. But you turn them around and everything. These fold up. And you snap the things on there. Like I said, I'm not going to show the bird mode. I'm never going to do that because of that right there. But no, that's fine. That's what I like about these higher end ones. They just pop off instead of being in a way that they're broken. Like here, you can see the little hinge thing it's on. It's like a ball hinge, I think. But so much as I'd love to show the bird mode, I just don't see the point in it because I'm never going to really use it. It's cool. I like that it does that, but I'm not going to use it. So, I might, for sake of comparison, I'll probably do it in the Epyon one, which I'm going to show here in a bit, probably. Well, not right now, of course. But you can see in the instructions, it's very straightforward. You can just slap it on there. It just takes a little bit of time. When it comes to my robots, I prefer them staying in robot form. So, it's a bonus. I'm so glad that it can do that, but it's not something I really care about. It's neat. I'm thankful for it. Maybe on occasion I'll toss it into that form just to play around with it, but it's not my forte, so I'm not gonna. How to hear this fly's been bugging me all day. As for comparisons, this is, I believe, about like the 5.5, almost 6-inch range. So I'll show off first this one. This, I think, is the Robot Spirits one. I'm not sure. It's one that I've picked up at Vintage Stock, and I believe it feels like to me, it looks like one, but maybe someone in the comments knows better. I'm not sure if it's the Robot Spirits one. It's also missing a skirt piece, which I don't know where it went. I had it and then I didn't. I don't know. But it's very like I'm you but stronger type deal, because you can see it. They stand almost the same height, about maybe half an inch shorter, if that. If I can get him to fit and screen a bit better. Pretty comparable, but this one, all you can just see the detail more clear. This one's got like that yellow instead of gold, whereas this one is gold. I'm gonna put his hand back on because I'm gonna lose it. I already toss it over here. Give me your fist back here. You want your fist back? There you go. I'll give you that. Get out of here, dude. I hate flies. And it's always just one. It's always just one. Then as for a different 6-inch line, we have the Lightning Collection, the Lunar Wolf figure, which stands pretty nice next to it. Pretty nice. Similar stances, but I don't know why you'd have these two fighting each other, but you could. And then because I just like showing this figure off, and also it's good comparison, is the also another Bandai one, the SH Figure Arts Super Saiyan 2 Goku. Pretty nice comparison there. And then I didn't realize I haven't done this one yet, but here is the Gundam universe, just Gundam Wing, or Wing Gundam. It's Wing Gundam, not Gundam Wing. It's one of the ones that's reversed. They're always called this except, and he is the exception. You can see just this one, it's a little bit taller and a bit bulkier comparatively, just because of how big it is. Because I think they go away. They scale bigger. I believe the Gundam Universe line is like a 6-inch line, where these are about 5.5. But it scales really well, but you can see the color schemes are just better over here. Instead of this just being a green orb, you can actually see on the inside it's translucent plastic. The shield, it's a little bit bigger over here. I think these ones suffer from just awkward sizing, but overall, I think this, if you want the Wing Gundam figure, this is probably it. Unless you're more into the model kits, which of course you can do almost anything with, or the metal build line. I believe they're similar to the Metal Robot Spirits, just a little bit bigger and a bit more expensive. This one was $150. I got it from Entertainment Earth. I believe they still have some in stock. I don't recall. And when I got it, they had it with a, what was it called? Free shipping coupon that's just built in. So take use of that. They also have that on the new Gundam Universe line, like for I think on Poseability. I think anything over $40 or something like that gets that. I'm not as sure, but Entertainment Earth has it. Big Bad Toy Store has it. They're all about $150-ish, so if you want to pick it up, I would do it. I'm going to have fun playing with it and posing it more and just working it onto my Gundam shelf back here. He'll probably be right here in the middle where Freedom is, along with Epion when I get around to him. But overall, is a really nice figure. I'm glad I finally have it. It feels good in hand. Everything's what I want it to be. It works well. There's so many like hidden things, tucking away the beam sabers, the Gatling guns that just roll forward, and you can just have them right there. The panels that flip down. The fact that it can actually transform into the bird form, that's more than I expected for. I honestly didn't really think it would until I saw the pictures later on, and it can. Again, I might do that, I might not. I'm not going to do it in the video because it's just going to take too much time. This is already about 25 minutes long anyway. I'm not going to go through all that because, again, I'm probably going to keep it in robot form. That's what I prefer most anyway. But he can do it. And you can see it's all the little joints and everything. The knees bend really well. I can get back in there. It's a very solid figure overall, and definitely worth it. Worth the price for sure. So, if you like what you see, leave a like down below and subscribe for more content like this. Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, and figure reviews sprinkled in between. And I've been the one, Ralph Ryko, and I'll see you guys next time.